Well, just when you're getting really bored with the carp fishing, seeing great big giant reels, 15-pound line, 3-pound test curve rods, huge humongous leads. Just when you're getting fed up with all that, you want to do something different. What about trying fly fishing for carp? I've come down into Vale Farm, Dayticket water, not some secret place, Dayticket water. Very, very popular with fly fishing with a carp. So if you haven't caught a carp on a fly, I can assure you this place really does give you a shot. Let's give it a go. So I've got like a 9'6" rod, fly rod, 7-weight line, and I've got even a lot of bread here. I haven't bought any mixes, all I've got is some bread. I'm going to move lates, keep looking for swims, keep looking for fish, and just keep mobile and see if I can pick one, maybe two off. It's very late, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so just going to give it a go. Do you know what? What a day. It is blazing. It's a perfect day for trying to catch a carp off the top. I'm just breaking up some pieces of bread. Ideally, I'll be using dog mixer biscuits, you know, chum mixers, dog biscuits, dry or wet. Going to try and chum them up first and try and get some fish up on a fly. Now, you've got a lot of small fish there taken. That's not a problem because the carp will be underneath them. In fact, I see a small carp there now. This does get fly fished a lot here, so it might be tough. I might be better off with dog biscuits. The fly I've got, I'll show you down here. Not rocket science. Obviously, this wasn't tied by me. It's tied by somebody else. There you go. It's got a little sight tag on the top here. I'll run through some flies later on with you. And that's all clipped back. It's white, so hopefully it looks like a piece of bread. Something might take it. There's a carp there now, boys. I mean, you could catch these. Here he comes, here he comes, here he comes, here he comes. Spat it out. This does get fished a lot for fly. And don't forget, the actual fly, if it was a little bit bristly, he's still there. The actual dressing on the fly will feel sort of bristly for him. Now you can see, once all that's gone, they've eaten that bit of bread, and the carp sort of disappear. Unless I absolutely see one that's cruising, which I don't at the moment. One thing I will say with fly fishing, it's easy, pick it up, a few casts to dry it off and just drop it straight down there. There's 2 smaller carp out there. There you see, they're not quite so good. I can see the fish under the surface. Pick it up, you can drop it down really easily. Sometimes they actually come, now it turns off, they actually come to that little plop, that little dimple on the surface it leaves. They think it's bread. Pick it up quietly, drop it down quietly. You just got to keep at it until you find one that is a taking fish. Oh, there's a big fish, big fish, big fish. God, he's cruising. Nope, boiled at it. More fishermen turning up. Evening fishing in the summer, when it's conditions like this and they're on the surface, is very, very good. You catch a lot of fish here, just float fishing or with a ledger or with bread. The fly makes it much, much more difficult. So I've got quite a bit more bread out there now. It's a lot of small fish activity. So I'm just sort of waiting until I can see the carp come up. Get rudd, get roach. There's the carp, they're starting to come now. Handy if you can actually fish it right near a piece of bread. Here they come. They just eat their way through the other bits of bread. He's right next to mine now. Here he comes. There he goes. They're taking everything except the one on the hook. Right, I just struck into a fish. It's obviously not. Oh, nice rudd though. Look at this. There's something. If you don't get too many of these on such a big fly, beautiful looking fish. Let me show you this one, people. That is a bonus against that blue sky. And there's the fly. Radar surface feeders, you can see that they've got the lower jaw that extends, tells you that it's a surface feeder, got lovely fins, orange fins. A rudd on a fly. Well, if I catch a carp now, it's a bonus. Well, I've also thrown some bread around these bushes because very often they come in close there. And the closer you are with a fly, the easier you'll find it is to hook the fish. way out there, and I've got a slow sink line, unfortunately. That was a close one. When you're farther out like this, it is difficult to set the hook sometimes. Nothing yet come up on here other than rudd that I can see. But man, it is baking hot. I think there's a carp right down there close. I'm a bit into the glare, so I can't really see too much. Now I don't mind those rudd knocking that fly, because those vibrations and splashes and disturbances on the surface will tell the carp that there's some food up there, and they sort of shoulder their way up and push the rudd out the way. Well, I come down to the second lake, or right hand lake if you look at the fishery, I suppose, depending where you're standing. I'm going to have a walk around here and see if I can't spot one or two fish moving. Yeah, job to know whether to go in the shady areas or up in the open a little bit more. I can see small carp there. Oh, there's one just down there. There's two here, guys, basking. I'm not even going to throw bread at them. Not even going to throw bread at them. See if I can't. See if I can't walk along and spot one. It's a question of spotting one before he spots me. And watch a back cast here. There's one that's just over there, it's basking. Right by him. That was right on his left ear, sent him straight to the bottom. That's just where the saying comes from. Sent off with a flea in your ear. That's a nice fish there. I'll pick it up, drop it down. Oh, that's right on his nose. Spooked, spooked, spooked. It is so hot. They are obviously not going to be too receptive to anything clumsy. I'm trying to get in front of a fish I know is under there. I'm never really keen on ones that swim fast. There's one that's flying along there. So I found some just around here. I'm going to pile it with bread in one area and see if there they are. I'm going to leave the head cam running here, guys. It's just going to creep out. You can see I'm right on the bank edge. There's one. They're not big fish, about 4 pounds. Idle for fire. There's a big fish over the back. We'll see if you do get fish up on the top. That activity will also bring other fish in as well, as is the coot on the right. Alright, let's see if we can get that fly in a sort of bit of a sideways cast here. Oh, there's a bigger fish. There's a bigger fish. Pretty close to him. I think he turned away. Oh. Got one on, boys. Got one on. Had about 3 goes at this chappie. It's not a bad fish, not 4 pounds, is it? And there's even another one back there taking bread when I'm playing this one. Well, well, well. That's a bonus. That was a bonus fish. You know, I didn't think he was a catchable one, this one. Well, we've caught him yet, have we? Very still, very hot, ideal for having a go with a fly rod like this. And you'd be absolutely amazed the size of fish you can get out with such a light rod, as you will see when I get this one in. And he is in there. There's the fly, just pops out barbless, falls out in fact. That fish is not a million miles away from about 7 pounds. Very, very dark one. But you can see him there. I think he's a good 7 pounds. Result, carp rod does the job. Let's get this kiddie back. Barely have I cast that bread out there, thrown the spread out. And fish have come up for it. There's a fly. Bit soggy now, it's been crushed. There's some big fish moving out there, but they're very fast. There's one fish over the back there. Here he comes. I think I might put him down on that cast. There's another one. Now I'd definitely put him down with like a hand grenade. Oh, pleasant little breeze. For me personally, I have to say, I like ones like, there's one coming along here which is a cruising fish. So let him get within range. That was a bigger fish in there too. Look at this, look, just gets within range. Just as I get tangled. There we go. I reckon he might see that. I think he has seen it. Crouch down, Graeme, crouch down, crouch down. He's looking. Oh, missed him. I missed him, and that's what happens because I've got a sinking line. I think I saw an intermediate tip on it. Another cruiser coming in just out there. It's a bit fast. Oh, I'm right on his nose. No. Sometimes, you know, they're swimming too fast. If they're really, really fast swimming, forget it. They're not having it. Oh, that's on the money. That was on the money. I think he's gone to the right. Big fish here, oh my God. Oh my God, that was a big fish. That was a double figure fish, just right down off the front there. What you can find is deceiving is two fish, one behind the other. So you think there's a 14-foot long carp, but it's not, it's a line of them. There's a bunch coming over there. I'll try and keep dead still for you. My God, it's coming in like a shoulder bone fish. Surely you're going to take out of these. My God, I just gone right past the lot. Must have been 10 fish in that. Here's one. On again. That was into a bunch of them. About 6 fish dropped it in the middle. You can see with these fly rods you can get quite a lot of pressure on. You've got to be careful. You've got to be careful when you get the rod in close, fishing close. Don't pull back at an acute angle. And this is direct drive, this reel. Smaller fish this time. But they all count, people. They all count. So I'm keeping that rod quite low, not pulling it back to draw the fish over the net too much. But he's in. Fish about Five, getting towards 5. Fly falls out, another common. Bites the totally awesome dust. So what I'm doing, if you're beginners and fancy having a go at this, is I'm trying to keep the bread quite close in. Not because I can't cast, I can cast a fly line 30 yards or more. But it's harder to hook the fish when it's like that. So if I get a reasonable distance, why do people leave litter? I mean, what is it? You know, you brought it with you, take it back. It's not mine, by the way, I don't eat awful sweetie things. There's a fast cruiser. He's got my name on it. Here he comes, here he comes, here he comes. Turned off. Fish over there. If you can drop your view, it's just gone underneath it. I think he might. Sometimes they come to the plop when it makes a real sort of slap because they think that's a bread. There's one. Oh man, how did I miss that fish? How did I miss that fish? Too fast. Always one. Got him, boys. Hopefully we got that one on camera. Hopefully. That was a sweet take from that one. Longer casting. It's kiting a bit of bank. This is a bigger one. Definitely a bigger one. If we can get him up and show you before he pings off. Barbless hooks. I'd say the way that's holding the rod down like that, it could be a good fish. Come on, let's see the colour of your money. You notice I'm keeping that rod pretty low. A nice trout rod, it's my trout rod I'm using here. I normally use a sort of rubbish old fly rod. I think it's a fibre tube blank on it or something. This is my best one. Shouldn't be using it for carp really, but listen, it's working. Not only that, look, I'm getting sunburn at the same time. Common. Well, if I do get this fish, I think I'm going to go the other side of that bush because I've seen quite a bit of activity there. This one is going very, very well. Here he comes. Ah, there he goes. Just stretched a little bit too much. Always take your time if you're youngsters. Fly rods are fragile casting rods. They are not for fighting fish, they are for casting fly lines. Well, it must be about 28 degrees today. And they're all over the top. This is where we want to see them. A bit more. He's in. There we go. Bit bigger. You know, you're getting nice fish all the time. Listen, you can get some big ones. I know guys that have had 40 pounders on the fly rod. That's all they do. They don't bother with boilies and anything now. They just go fly rodding. 20s, 30s and 40s on a fly rod. That is the truth. Oh, it's so cool in the shade. I think I'm going to just have a little change of scenery, people. See what we can do around this side. A bit of back casting here as well. First things first, why bring the rest of my gear out, chuck a little bit of bread out just to attract their attention. That's all you need. And I'll tell you what I have found, if you do lots of tiny pieces, the rod will take it. If you put a few bigger pieces up, it takes them longer to chew and nibble away at it. Now I've had enough of this camera on the head. Going to get a headache. I think I'm going to put it on the pole. Mind you, if I walk up here and suddenly see a carp, oh dear, I see in the bread. Found it. See if I can stake this up. And it frees me up so much more because I can't wear peak cap, you see. So I'm missing quite a lot of takes. You guys don't know I'm missing them because I can't film them all. Be glad to get my hat on, people. That is hot out there. And a drink. These metal bottles are really good. Keep everything cold. Right. They've eaten all the bread. If I can keep them in the area, I'll see one that I can drop a fly to, that would be nice. Now's the time to try and, I've had a bit of action, try and target a bigger fish. 8s and 9s, maybe even a 10. I'll give them a good pasting of bread. So spread it all up and down. And a slight wind drifting it down, drifts it left, yeah, from me right to left out here. So eventually it's all going to work its way back there anyway. Now there's the first customer. They take it and come up and go down really fast. There's one. I need an individual fish. So I can actually sort of see moving through the water, and he stays there for a few seconds. There's one. Here he comes. Ooh, turned off it. Because it's muddy coloured water, you can't see them once they drop down too deep. That's strange, I had a real hammer on the bread, took a load of bits of bread and they left the rest. There's a fish. Here he comes. I don't know whether you got that, guys. Don't know whether you got that take or not. That's a classic. It were a classic. Aye, were right great. Mabel, you in there? What are you doing in there, Chuck? You're out here with a net. I think this one might be a mirror, boys. I think it's a mirror. I think it's a bigger fish too. Oh, this does look a bit more serious. This is an afternoon, guys. It's 4:45 in the afternoon. I've been here hour and a bit. Haven't even changed fly yet. No need. This is a good fish. Oh, this is now I'm serious, boys. Let's get the net ready because this is the man for a fly rod. I don't know whether you're going to get this. I'm going to come around here a bit. I reckon that should be about right for you. On angle. It's a good fish, this one, people. Definitely a good fish. Big common. Notice how I've gone quiet. This could be 9 pounds. Here's a good fish, good fish, good fish. The state of this fly rod. Not meant to do this. Oh wow, this one is really scrapping. think I got him, He's in. He's in, boys. He's in. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. Show this one too. But I'm going to put him down to about 9, 8, 9, 12. Crackerjack fish, is it not? That is a beauty on a fly rod. And it just shows you what you can do. A fly rod, 40p loaf of bread. Not a boilie in sight. You have to be a real poser and put the fly rod like this. And I should have the collar turned up. You have to have the collar turned up as well. See if I can do it. There you go. Click. Beautiful. Well boys, I've got the camera on a pole. I'm going to push it out and show you some carp. This is on the third lake. Or is it the first lake? Third one I fished today. Just move along slowly. There's plenty of rud on the surface there. Fly fishing is nice, it's mobile. You can walk around, you can see the fish you're targeting. So you don't cast. I don't even cast until I see a fish, which is one. Are you guys going to see that down there? 2, I think there's 3 fish in that. Just got to go around and drop the fly. Sometimes, he says, talking to a bramble, sometimes you don't even have to chum them up. The birds will tell you that people do chum here because they're just following me around. They're following me around with the camera on the pole, which is kind of weird, isn't it, you know? If I was bait fishing here, I'd be fishing right down the front of there. All this rubbish in here. See that down in there? And that overhangs to be some decent carp in there. I think in these 3 lakes they've definitely got a 30 in there, if not 2 or 3. I don't know about this particular lake, but the fishery itself certainly has got the fish to 30 pounds and double figures. So boys, see if we can't catch one up. I might have to go back to the head cam though. If I throw the bread out, I feel it's going to be a one-way ticket to the coots. That bunch down there, boys. I don't think they'll take us when they go around in schools like that. No, they've all gone down. I did have one good throw right in front of them, and I'm screened by all these rushes and stuff. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure he didn't see me. But Zippo, another fish just spooked there. I need better light. I think I might have to go back to the other lake if I'm going to show you guys one more fish. But they're going to be really hard to target because the water is so coloured. I've got no lead time to get in front of the fish. I need that sunlight, and the sun behind the trees now. So I've lost the light on the inside here. See, there's still fish moving way out there. You catch them with floating crust out there, that's certain. But I cannot target them here, so I can't see which way they're going to be moving to drop this fly to them. And that's what I need to do. I've got to put it in front of them by about a foot, 2 feet max. I think we'll pop back to either the middle lake or the top lake there. Just see if we can't winkle one more out. Look. 6 or 8 pounder. Just put a line of bread all the way along here in the hope it's deeper along the margins. Well, it would be deeper, but you know, it's nice and tight along there. There are a few fish, I can just walk up and down here, you see, and try and hook one up at close range. That was one good fish there. Here, get the head cam on, boys. One more good fish. I'll go home a happy bunny. Oh, here he comes. Missed him. That's a bigger fish. See, what you can do with the fly line, you can pick it up and go from there to there. One swish of the rod, I couldn't possibly do that. changing direction that quick if I had a fixed ball reel or anything else. But at this distance I can pick it up, alter the distance in between where I want to cast and change direction very, very quickly. Got him. Oh, I'm hoping we got that on camera, boys. I'm clearing all this loose line first, let him put it out, then just wind up the slack. That was a classic take. Just managed to lead the fish by about a foot or so. Not so close that I spook him, and not so far away that he misses it. A smaller fish, when I say small, 4 pounds I reckon. Perhaps 5. Might be 5. If I could get this one quickly, I wouldn't mind. Oh, he's come off. Hey, listen, you can't grab them, they come off, they come off. It's the way, that's what fishing's about. Fishing and catching. Get rid of all that anger management. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bait up out there, because that's the dark area that I can get the best lead time to see the fish in. So if I can get fish coming up out there, it's at the right distance, I can see which way the fish is going, left or right. Does that make sense? I might pile it. I'm only going to give it another 15 minutes, I think. I'm amazed the ducks have left me alone. They're going to find this in a minute and go nuts. All this bread, all the carpies. Let's chuck a little bunch there. I need to be about that distance to be able to see that shadow line. Will they start feeding on that? While they start feeding on it, I start feeding on this. This is a good bait for carp. Here he comes. Oh, good fish too. I am getting that. There's another fish. Here he comes, here he comes, here he comes, here he comes. Turned away. There was a little bit of a frenzy on there, and that was my chance, to be honest. You've got to sort of get lucky with them as well. Pretty close to them, pretty close to 2 or 3 there. Here he comes. Turned off, turned off. He bumped it. He's obviously seen a fly before. Keep down low here, see if that makes any difference to them. Oh, I looked over there, guys. The fly had gone. I literally turned my head like that, and there was a hole in the water. Pretty with these flowers. There's a fish beyond it. They think that leaf is a piece of bait. There's a big leaf out there. To be honest, I think it's a poppy leaf. That is a big fish. There. Come on, boys, give us a chance. One last hook up to camera. Graeme, don't look at the pictures, don't look all around you at the pretty flower. Oh, I've done it again. I've done it again. How can I do that? The second I look away. Oh, big fish coming there. Fast swimmer, I think I'll miss it. Man, that was close. That was close. Here he comes. Turned away. Under my feet. No, turned away. Right under my feet. Getting a little bit twitchy now, boys. I've got to sort of shield my eyes a bit from the glare because I just cannot see the takes properly. You need to see their mouth shut and go down. That was me. That is worthy of a cast. Oh, a cast. Oh, that's a big guy. pulled off one then. So I'm putting the bait in quite regularly now, chumming them up, and I'm getting unfortunately quite a lot of smaller fish because I can't target the bigger ones. The smaller ones are zooming up much quicker than the big ones can get to it. And I am running out of bread. Boy's got to put the rod down to throw some bread out, and the ratchet went. Not a big fish, but what a nice one. If we could finish it with a nice carp. What a shot. Blazing sunshine. I don't know how many I've caught now, 4, 5. Look at that rod, boy, look at it rod. Oh. Small fish. Let's get him while we can. Oh, perhaps not. Perhaps not. He's in. There he is. Still going strong. Back you go. I'm just letting the fly drift around. The wind's picked up a bit. Well, it's a breeze. It's a mere zephyr of a breeze. Leave a little bit of slack there, and it's pulling the bread past me a little bit faster. And I think, to be honest, it's taking the fish with it. With the bumping the fly, boys, bumping the fly. So just letting the fly drift down, hopefully at the same pace as the chunks of bread. If I throw a lot of bread in, which I haven't got now, but if I do throw a lot of bread in, it just attracts loads of small ones, i.e. 4-pounders, I'm going to call them, even 3s. But just by leaving a single piece of bread drifting down, and you follow up with your fly, they come up to look at the big piece of bread, but they don't get so frantic like a shoulder fish. They get like piranhas with a bunch of them when you get a load of bread out. Single is better. Wow. Good session. Why would you want a bivvy when you can get this in the blazing middle of the day sunshine? Crikey. What would I have got if I started earlier? I think I started at 3:30 in the afternoon. Oh, something different to close out with, guys. A mirror carp. There we go. So I'll walk him up here to the net. Obviously, with me, the net is miles away. No, it's just here. If we get him out, it will be an indication to you guys. Fly rods rule for carp on the top. Long sentence, huh? A big mirror, but if anything I would say perhaps the smallest one and the prettiest. A little cutie pie.